Hi, my name is Emma Erickson and I completed my service learning project at Franklin Park. This is a picture of the group after we finished. And this is a friend and me showing off our garden pruners and discarding the vetch into the trash. My experience at Franklin Park centered around the big idea involving our effect on the ecosystem, and I hope the project influenced Bellingham for the better. Our duties consisted of removing the vetch, English holly, and other weeds, carting the full bins of trash to the truck, and finally, by cutting back overgrowth in order to keep the garden under control. This is a picture of vetch, and we had to remove it because it's an invasive species. An invasive species is one that is not native to the habitat, and it has a negative effect on the native species around it. Everywhere we looked, there was another bush of vetch to remove. Therefore, we made room for the native plants to spread out and flourish, which will positively affect the health and look of the garden bed. I also encountered an example of natural selection at the park. Natural selection, often referred to as survival of the fittest, is when a species with a particular inherited trait survives and reproduces at a higher rate than those around it. This picture shows English holly, which is incredibly deep-rooted. Besides being very difficult to remove, the holly also survives longer and at a better quality than plants around it with shorter roots. Since we removed this from Franklin Park, the garden should see a larger variety of plants because the fittest plant, the holly, will no longer hog the water in the soil. Lastly, I now realize the effect the quality of ecosystems has on our existence. All organisms are really caught in a web of sorts, as seen here, and even animals, through a series of trophic levels, are impacted by the quality of an ecosystem's soil. From the sun exposure to the nutrients in the soil to the types of plants actually flourishing, our ecosystem is one whose organisms both directly and indirectly impact each other.